All right. Go ahead.
But I do think that Nash will not take it personally that Durant said, I want him out. I think they will coexist. Nash was a great player. I think Durant owes Nash a public apology. That will go a long way.
Oh, please.
Wait, dude, you know what? He
For
should
what?
say first day. Why? Because he asked for his fire.
I mean, but you're lucky you had the job for the first 3 years to begin with.
The fact is, he's got the job, Steven. And if you have the job, you can't have your star players say, I want him fired. And then the star player says, all's right, I want to come play again.
Well, actually,
he should go out there and apologize publicly to Durant.
Actually, he didn't ask for Nash. He asked for Nash and Showmore.
Yeah, both of them.
He asked for both of them. He asked for both of them, okay?
So he should,
okay?
the first day of camp, he's got to issue an apology to those two guys.
Well,
I would have somebody ask the question, Kevin, 2 months ago you wanted Nash out. What happened? Now all of a sudden you love him?
No.
And he needs to make an apology.
Not an apology. All he has to do is says, listen, it was a ploy. It was a tactic. I mean, I asked to be out, and when they grant me it, I tried to give them headaches. You understand? So
that's what he wants to say?
He said that's all he has to say. He doesn't have to apologize. It was a negotiating tactic that didn't work.
Then he can say that. But
Well,
he has to indicate that Nash is not the reason why he wanted out to begin with.
Well,
and he's got to say that just to make Nash feel that everything is going to be copacetic with everybody else on the basketball team.
What the hell is
That's what he should do.
What the hell is I called Molly Dear Abby yesterday. Went on calling you Dear Abby today. What the hell is this with all this emotion? Oh, wait, we got to make Nash feel better. Nash is lucky he got the job. Nash should be happy he got the job.
In fact, that's past that, Steve. He's got the job. He's been there for a couple of years
and he hasn't done what it takes.
He hasn't won yet. I agree with you.
When there's strife in a team, any type of team,
yes,
do you think that team performs at its highest level?
I think in some cases they do.
Give me an example.
Well, first of all, when Kevin Durant, the more you tick him off, that's when he goes out and drops 40 or 50. That's number one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, the Bulls, they had some strife within their organization. The Lakers, they had strife within their organization. Isaiah Thomas and the Detroit Pistons will tell you they had strife within their organization. I gave you champions. There are plenty of instances where there was strife, and the strife motivated teams and forced and compelled them to go out and give max effort because they had something to prove. Sometimes comfort gets in the way
so you believe
of championship.
This is all things are now working together for their good, and this is going to galvanize the Nets
for this season. This season, I'm not saying long term, but for this season, because of the issues Ben Simmons had, because of the issues Kyrie had, because Kevin Durant made it his issue by asking out after they refused to give Kyrie Irving his 4-year, $212 million extension. Because all of those things happen, now you got to show up on the court and you got to produce. If you don't produce, you have any idea how bad these brothers will look. And in the case of Kyrie Irving, it will cost him money.
Well, logically, Stephen A. you're 100% right. I mean, Durant got pounded all summer. He's got something to prove. Obviously, Irving's playing for money. He played 30 games last year. He needs to show up and play 70 games this year. And Simmons didn't play at all. So logically, you were 1,000% right. You would think the Nets would come to camp, raring to go, putting all the stupidness behind them and playing basketball. But the Nets don't deserve, and these three players don't deserve that benefit of the doubt. So he is giving, by claiming that the Nets could go to the NBA championship, he is assuming that Durant's going to be on his best behavior.
No, that he's going to ball.
You're assuming that.
He's going. Hold on.
You can't assume that.
Wait. I can't assume that Kevin Durant is going to ball.
Well, be on his best behavior.
Oh, who cares about the behavior? Who cares about the behavior? Is he going to ball?
Well,
is he going to ball?
How about Kyrie Irving?
That's a different matter.
And how about Simmons? Is he going to play? How do we know this?
He says he's going to play.
Well,
You're right.
Can I see it?
Yeah,
so Stephen A. here is all of a sudden assuming that Simmons, who's done nothing, who is awful against Atlanta and deserved to be benched in the Game 7 in the last 8 minutes because he can't make a free throw and can't shoot. He's got something to prove. Didn't play at all last year. Kyrie, we all know, is a mess. And, I don't trust him as far as I can throw him. And Durant's got some baggage that he has to deal with, too, of course, with the coach. So Stephen A. here starts the program today. Well, you know what? I think they're going to win and we started with the odds. I think they're going to get to at least the conference final, and they're one of the favorites to win an NBA championship. Can I see it?
Okay.
Can I see these three on the floor for 30, 40 games?
Not that I depend on it. Vegas had them with the 9th best odds, and it elevated to 3 the second that they announced that everything is fine with Kevin Durant. I don't care about Kevin Durant's relationship with Steve Nash. Let me tell you what the relationship is. Steve Nash, could you do this for me? Kevin Durant says yay or nay, and that's that. It is that simple, okay? You understand right now, that is a non-issue. Steve Nash is going to do what Kevin Durant wanted to do.
So no merit to what Kendrick Perkins said, who was a teammate of Kevin Durant. about the trust, the issues, all of that.
Oh, please, no merit. No, I'm not saying it's not merit to what he's
That it
saying.
would impede them.
I'm saying it doesn't matter. I'm not saying
Okay.
Kendrick Perkins is wrong about what he's saying. I'm saying it doesn't matter. All right, so what? You're not going to trust him. Who cares? Kevin Durant doesn't require your trust. If anything, Steve Nash requires Kevin Durant's trust. Let's be very clear about that. And as it pertains to Kyrie Irving, you got me there. I don't know whether the brother's going to show up. I'm assuming he wants $200 million.
Well, how about Simmons?
I'm assuming
How
he
about
wants $200 million.
Simmons? You can't guarantee him either.
I would tell that is true, but I will tell you that after the year that Ben Simmons had last year, if he shows up this year and he doesn't play, his career is over. He won't recover from back-to-back seasons with the kind of year that he had this past season. So I think that the level of motivation is there. And now we get to the talent. Well, I look at Milwaukee. I know that they should legitimately be the favorites because they are a bona fide team. Giannis is a superstar. We know what a locomotive he is. Middleton, they missed him. They might have beaten Boston, even though I still think Boston would have won.
They would have won.
But they might have, I thought they would have beaten.
I think so too.
But I think that Boston would have beat them even with Middleton.
I'm not sure about that.
But I love Middleton. I know he could play. Drew Holiday, I know he could play. Milwaukee's nothing to sneeze at. I got to see Philly to believe them.
But
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.